Hey Lorenzo. Um yeah, hope your week's going well so far. um if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more people in here, that'd be appreciated. Um Let me see now. And of course the signal's cutting out on me a bit here. Yeah, so we're gonna just wait a few minutes. While let some more people show up, of course, before we get started. Yeah, so Chris Tomolovich of Hero Shack Press, he did a nice little trailer, which is a pretty cool one. Um, that's cool of him. So you guys might want to check that out. Go check out Chris's channel, of course. Um, so we're just waiting on some more people to show up. Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly, with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as song fills the air. Gummy the bears, they sing. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Have some fun with the snorks. If you could live underwater, where would you go? If you had friends underwater, who would you know? Come along and sing along too. Yeah. Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Have some fun with the come along with the have some fun with the snort. Hong Kong Fooey, number one super guy. Hong Kong Fooey, quicker than a human eye. Chicka chong, chicka wong wong wong. Wah, bah, 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 bah. Hong Kong Fooey. Terrific. We have a second person back. Yes, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people here, that'd be appreciated. We're just, again, waiting on more people to show up before we get started. Uh, let me see now. Oh yeah, so we do have some like 9 articles we're gonna go through. I'll talk about those in a minute or so. So just giving people a chance to get in here. Charlie Brown, yeah, Charlie Brown, you're such a clown. Charlie Brown, Why is everybody always picking on me? Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, you're such a clown. Why is everybody always picking on me? Charlie Brown, you're Charlie Brown, you're such a clown. Charlie Brown, why is everybody always picking on me? Hey, well, when Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who oppose his shield must yield. In the red and the white and the blue it comes true when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with the hottest wheels as Iron Man. All jets of flame, he fights and fights with repulsor rays. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into Hulk. Ain't he just glamoring? Wrecking the town with the powerful, ain't so monster. Well, who isn't lovable? The ever loving Hulk, Hulk, Hulk. Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the blue means heaven's roar. And behold, incredulous wonder, the god of thunder, mighty Thor. Stronger than a whale, he can swim anywhere, he can breathe underwater, go flying through the air. Noble submariner, prince of the deep, so beware of deadly demons. Lord Namor of Atlantis is the prince of the deep. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Open with, he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Whenever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider-Man. Anyways, we're just, where are we at now? Still, I'm the only one here right now. Somebody dropped in for a moment. Say hello. Uh, all right, so let's see. Yeah, we're coming up on 9 minutes. I might as well talk about what's on tap for tonight. So, got 10 stories overall. Of course, we're gonna do a little AEW roundup, all elite wrestling roundup. After we go through 9 articles, 4 comics related, and and let's see, 4 comics related and um 5 anime related. There's a lot going on with DC. Is um 3 of the 4 comic artists involved. Let's see, we got a graphic novel known as Clash. Clash of Clans is getting a graphic novel adaptation. Black Widow is to end at issue number 15. The current Black Widow run, Clay Thompson writing. Webtoon and DC announced new titles coming to their platform, and um, the new Young Justice series is going to continue the legacy of Phantoms. And then on the anime side of things, no, we got a number of things there. Okay, let's see. On the anime side of things, as I down here, we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna go through. See, Toei Animation is confirming some return dates of some of the animes that they'd been doing that were on hiatuses due to a hacking incident. One thing we'll look at. Get a lead role in the upcoming Gundam Iron Blood Orphan spinoff. Let's see now. Spy Family is Japan's most anticipated new anime. Well, that. Let's see now. Golden Kamui announces a release date for the manga's final chapter, and literary classics prove that isekai is not only a Japanese thing. So, with all that, let's get back to the comic page here. Get back to our point of origin here. Or POO, as it were. Let's see. Oh, I'm back to being back and forth. It seems like, huh? Anyways, anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going then here, and just go ahead and get into these articles now. Hopefully, more people will show up eventually. Of course, all the articles we'll be reading tonight are from CBR. So let's get going here then. Clash of Clans gets graphic novel adaptation from American-born Chinese writer. Jean Luen Yang, writer of Shang-Chi, New Superman, and American-born Chinese, is set to adapt the hit mobile game Clash of Clans into comics. Article by Jeremy Blum, published 22 hours ago. I guess this is a game, some kind of online game that they're adapting into comic book form here. Clash of Clans will soon make the transition from the world of mobile games to comic books thanks to Jean Luen Yang, the award-winning author of books ranging from Shang-Chi to the celebrated graphic novel American-born Chinese. As reported by The Beat, Yang revealed the news at a WonderCon 22 panel and said that the game would soon become a graphic novel series published by First Second. Quote, "We're fans of Supercell," unquote, Yang said of the company behind Clash of Clans before launching into a story about how his children and First Second editor Mark Siegel's kids loved playing the game against each other a decade ago. Quote, "Mark and his family live on the East Coast," unquote, Yang said. Quote, "My family and I live on the West Coast, but our kids were the same ages. So it was a way for our families to connect. But ever since Mark and I have wanted to do a Clash book, but he would call Supercell to try to get a meeting, and at some point he realized why they weren't coming back is because the amount of money that they would make from a graphic novel is the money they make in 4 hours. It just wasn't worth it to them financially. Yeah, always comes back to that, doesn't it? Money. Money, 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 money. uh, Despite this setback, Yang said that Siegel never gave up and was finally able to convince Supercell into giving them the license after 10 years. The resulting Clash of Clans graphic novel series will encompass 8 books, each focusing on a different character from the hit mobile game. While the art teams are still under wraps, Yang said he and his collaborators were taking inspiration from legendary cartoonist Carl Banks, who catapulted Disney characters like Donald Duck and Scrooge McDuck into comic book stardom throughout the 1950s and beyond. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Woo! Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Woo! Strangers out to find you. Would you grab onto DuckTales? Woo! Anyways, quote, with video games, at least like the mobile platform that Clash is on, the characters have to be two-dimensional, Yang said, unquote. Quote, unquote, then Yang said, quote, one of the challenges that we talked about for months was how it clashes with the look. All the troops of the same class look the same. All the archers are the same. All the barbarians are the same. All the same are the same. All the same. So, how do you tell a story where you care about the characters in a world like that? So, we came up with a solution. I hope people like it. Aside from Clash of Clans, Yang's other recent projects include a Disney Plus adaptation of American Born Chinese, um, Marvel's latest Shang-Chi series, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and DC's version of the legendary Chinese hero Sun Wukong in the ongoing Monkey Prince series. Clash of Clans first debuted in 2012 on iOS devices and was released on Google Play 1 year later. The strategy game consistently ranked as one of the most popular on mobile platforms, lets players build their own village and plunder the village of friends for resources. The graphic novel series release date has yet to be announced. All right, then. So there you go. All right, let's see if anybody's. No, I guess they're still not here. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, moving on to the next story here. Black Widow ends with issue number 15. Writer Kelly Thompson teases, in small quotes, more story. Black Widow writer Kelly Thompson, Marvel Comics series, ends with issue 15, though says there are plans for, in smaller quotes, more story. By Noah Dominguez, published 21 hours ago. So there we go with that. Let's see. Okay, Marvel Comics' current Black Widow title is officially coming to an end, for now at least. On her Substack page, Black Widow writer Kelly Thompson confirmed that tomorrow's issue number 15 not only marks the end of the quote, die by the blade, unquote, story arc, but um, also the end of the series as a whole. However, she also revealed that there are indeed, quote, plans for a bit more story, unquote, from the book's creative. I wonder if they're going to do that as maybe an annual or something like that. But I guess we'll wait and see here. Quote, so this is the final issue for now. I'm sorry I haven't been able to talk about it. A lot of you have been asking, and it has deeply pained me to take a pass on those questions, especially since this is a book I love so much. In parentheses here, maybe my favorite book I've ever done at Marvel, unparenthesed. But there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, and it's not always something you can talk about publicly, unquote, Thompson wrote. DAs and all that. Quote, to be honest, I still can't talk about as much as I'd like. But what I can say is there are plans for a bit more story from this creative team, unquote. She continued, quote, things are still being wrangled, but I am optimistic it will work out and be worth the wait. Alongside penciler inker Elena Casagrande, colorist Jordi Belair, and letterer Corey Pettit, Thompson relaunched Marvel Comics' Black Widow back in September 2020 with a new issue number one, which kicked off the quote unquote title. The comic's 14th and most recent issue hit shelves in February 2022. Each issue of the series has featured main cover artwork by Adam Hughes. Black Widow number 15 is written by Thompson, penciled by Casagrande and Rafael T. Pimentel, inked by Elisabetta D'Amico and Pimentel, colored by Belair and lettered by VC's Clayton Cowles and Pettit. Quote, guns, explosives, widow bites, good old fashioned hand to hand. Natasha Romanoff is an expert in just about every form of combat known to humankind. And it's not enough, unquote, the comic's official synopsis reads. Quote, the living blade will not let his quarry escape this time. San Francisco's Golden Gate slams shut for the super spy as Kelly Thompson and Elena Casagrande deliver another stunning visual feast in their Eisner-winning epic. Written by Kelly Thompson, penciled by Elena Casagrande and Rafael T. Pimentel, inked by Elisabetta D'Amico and Pimentel, and colored by Jordi Belair and lettered by VC's Clayton Cowles and Corey Pettit. Black Widow number 15 goes on sale April 6th, today. That went on sale today from Marvel Comics. There you go. See if anybody else. Not saying nobody's here. Oh boy. Well, I know I'm here. Ah. Hey, Lorenzo. Yeah, the thing's being screwed. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, that'd be appreciated. See if we can get some more people in here. More friendly. Um, anyways, um, moving on to the next article here. Webtoon DC announced new title starring Vixen, Red Hood, Zatanna, Constantine, and more. Yeah, and I think DC's really pushing a lot of stuff out there, trying to show everybody they're not just a dead, trying to show everybody that contrary to popular belief, they're not exactly a dead company. Um, I don't know if it will work for them or not, but I guess we'll wait and see. Webtoon and DC announced a new slate of digital comics featuring Red Hood, Constantine, and more that will release on Webtoon in the coming months. Article by Brandon Schwer, published 12 hours ago. Uh, that guy doesn't look too happy. All right, so continue on here. Webtoon and DC have revealed a new slate of digital comic titles featuring Red Hood, John Constantine, Zatanna, and more. The new slate of DC and Webtoon original comics will launch throughout 2022, starting with Vixen NYC on May 26th, Red Hood Outlaws, and Zatanna and the Ripper will follow later this summer. All comics will be available exclusively on Webtoon and feature iconic DC Universe of a previously announced creative partnership between the two conglomerates. Yeah, I remember. I think we even did an article a while back, Batman and Family, that was also on Webtoons, and the artwork we were being shown was looked like it was being geared more towards kids. So, anyways, quote: the DC and Webtoon partnership is an exciting opportunity to explore new genres and DC's iconic superheroes and supervillains, telling new stories that both new and old fans can enjoy. Unquote. DC Vice President of Sales Marketing Nancy Spears said. But Webtoon is home to a new generation of comic fans. DC is home to some of the most iconic characters and franchises in comics, unquote, agreed Webtoon U.S. head of content David Lee. Quote, our partnership with DC represents the future of the comic industry, combining legendary franchises with new technologies and global fandoms that cross borders. Fans can't get enough of Batman Wayne Family. That's the one I was talking. Batman Wayne Family Adventures, and we know they are going to love what we have in store for the 2022 slate. Quote in September 2021, or I guess that was unquote rather. In September 2021, DC and Webtoon teamed up to launch Batman Wayne Family Adventures. The ongoing series follows Bruce Wayne's adventures not only as the Dark Knight, but also as a father to a group of adopted, foster, and biological children. Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Jason Todd, um, Damian Wayne, Stephanie Brown, you name it. They're all there. Anyways, check out the preview for Vixen NYC and the descriptions for the three series below. There's, I guess, Vixen right there. Mari, not Mary. Last photo with the fam. Um, I'm going to miss Ghana so much. This was the best vacation ever. I've been enjoying the city more. Squawk! So there was that one time. Oh, so that's what that nasty look is. That's Vixen right there. She's upset about something. I thought I imagined my hands looking like claws. What if what if there really is magic? Now, mind you, Vixen has a kind of a necklace around her that actually gives her access to the animal kingdom in a way to where um, she can take on characteristics of animals. Um, she can take on the strength of an elephant, the regenerative abilities of a snake. Um, you know, among other things. Speed of like a cheetah, I guess. Um, hey, fellas, ready for some thunder? You, Vixen NYC by writer Jasmine Walls and lead artist Mano Azumi. Mari Jiwe grew up in a small seaside town in North Carolina, but upon graduating high school, seeks to connect with extended family in Ghana. There, she meets relatives who gift her a mysterious totem, passed down for generations. Immediately upon returning home, she moves to New York for her freshman year of college. Mari hates it. New York is smelly and smellier and dirtier animals. ah, holed up in her room, she finally inspects the totem, inadvertently releasing the magic. She is hit with the energy that gives her the power of the animal kingdom of New York. Mari had a hard enough time navigating college as a normal girl. And now she not only has to figure out how to quote unquote adult, but also how to quote unquote superhuman. Yeah, that's I don't get that. People like adulting? Really? I get that thing, right? Hey, yay, 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 yay. Anyways, let's see. Chris and Diana are in two simultaneously. Then you and a friend of mine who is a gamer. Yeah, Wednesdays always seem to be busy night for everybody there. Look like we did pick up another person. That's good. Um, what's the comic called again where the woman can take an animal characterization? Vixen. The character is Vixen. That's her code name, anyways. And if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Anyways, yeah. Then women who look unusually like Mari are kidnapped across the city. Vixen learns an estranged, distant relative, General Moxai, is on the hunt for her, seeking the crystal for himself. The totem, basically, what they're talking about. To stop his warpath, Vixen will have to stop him. As she does, she learns the true extent of her abilities. Turns out she's capable of a lot more than she thought. Unquote. There we go with that one. Doesn't Beast Boy have similar ability? Yeah, Beast Boy is more of a like. The main difference is in Mari's case, Vixen's case, her powers are a totem that she wears around her neck. Um, Beast Boy, it's as I understand it, some kind of genetic mutation or something like that, or metahuman ability. So, and then there's also, of course, Animal Man Buddy Baker as well, who also has similar powers to them both. So yeah, there are a number of heroes in both Marvel and DC that have similar powers to one another. But anyways, moving on to the next part of the article here. Red Hood Outlaws by writer Patrick R. Young and art by Nico Baskunin. The Outlaws try to go legit and fail spectacularly. The Justice League has issued a challenge to Red Hood, Artemis of Bonamigdal, and Bizarro, who have to try and replace their goody two shoes counterparts as the heroes the world neither deserves nor needs. In this original series, the Outlaws will battle some of DC's biggest supervillains and superheroes, but their biggest battles are among themselves. Can this team last? And can they find their own identities separate from Batman, Wonder Woman, and Robin? So I guess Red Hood, you know, protege of Batman, Artemis, protege of Wonder Woman, and Bizarro, of course, a clone of Superman. Zatanna and the Ripper by writer Sarah Deely and lead artist Cyro. Giovanni Zatara is one of the world's most talented magicians. His daughter Zatanna, on the other hand, is among the world's most powerful. On her 21st birthday, Zatanna witnesses a fight between her father and the sorceress Allura. Before Allura can get to his daughter, however, Giovanni blasts Zatanna far away to London, England. In the 1800s, Zatanna she tries to use her burgeoning magic to return home, but fails. What she can do, however, is pull things out of the future and past, so her small 19th century room is now filled with modern gadgets. It seems she'll be stuck forever until an old friend finds her, John Constantine. Recognizing him from her past or her future, tells her he knows how to get her home. They'll have to solve the Jack the Ripper murders. To make matters worse, Zatanna also quickly learns that she's among the Ripper's targets. In a gritty but magical journey with a healthy dab of romance, Zatanna and John Constantine join forces to find and unmask Jack the Ripper. Vixen NYC will release on May 26th. Red Hood Outlaws and Zatanna and the Ripper will release in the summer, with final launch dates to be announced by DC and Webtoon shortly. Where do we go with that one? Ah, let's see. Now getting to. So this is the last comics article we'll be looking at. Let's see there. All right. Well, anyways, as we now continue on with the articles here. DC's new Young Justice series continues the legacy of Phantoms. DC's Young Justice Targets, a new series by Greg Weisman and Christopher Jones, will continue the Young Justice Phantom storyline. Article by Brendan Schwer, published 10 hours ago. They got Beast Boy, Cyborg, Stargirl, I believe that's Terra, Wonder Girl, and Superboy. DC is continuing the legacy of Young Justice Phantoms with a new 6-issue series launching this summer, Young Justice Targets. Young Justice Targets is a new series from DC written by Young Justice Phantom's showrunner, Greg Weisman, with art by Christopher Jones. A series which launches in. So this is based on the Young Justice cartoon that originally debuted on Cartoon Network back in 2009 and is currently running on Netflix, I believe. See. Series which launches in July continues the story of Young Justice Phantoms, which is streaming on HBO Max. All right, HBO Max. My bad. The plot synopsis for Young Justice Targets reads, quote, Queen Perdita has been kidnapped. Mysterious armored assailants have snatched the Vladivan royal out from beneath Bowhunter security, leaving Green Arrow and Black Canary poisoned and comatose in the process. Now a rallying cry echoes around the globe and across super teams to band together and rescue Perdita. Unquote. And I believe that they gave the Young Justice universe the number 16. So Young Justice is happening on Earth 16 in the multiverse. Interesting artwork there. And there's Beast Boy right there for you there, Lorenzo. You were just asking about. Oh, that must be Clayface right there. Arsenal and Black Canary. There's Ollie. Green Arrow. Oh, it's been terrific working with Christopher Jones, Gain on another Young Justice comic, and I'm really excited for the fans to read Young Justice Targets, unquote, Weisman said. It's fully canon six-issue miniseries. It's a fully canon six-issue miniseries picking up right where Young Justice Phantoms left off. Plenty of action, nearly our entire cast, and multiple new revelations, unquote. It's been an amazing journey years after working with Greg Weisman on Young Justice Comics, getting the opportunity to help create storyboards for the most recent season of the TV show, and now returning to produce more comics, unquote. Jones added, quote, between my growth as an artist and the fabulous color of Jason Wright, um, I think these are the best looking comics I've ever had a hand in creating. I love getting to help tell the stories of these characters, and I can't wait for fans to see where things go after Young Justice Phantoms, unquote. Let's see how we're doing here. Of course, if there's anything here, as always, guys, if there's anything here that grabs your attention, feel free to feel free to comment. Also, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Young Justice is an original show set within the DC universe that initially debuted in 2010. Okay, following its cancellation in 2013, Warner Brothers Animation revived the series with a third season, Young Justice Outsiders, which premiered in 2019. The fourth season, Young Justice Phantoms, saw show move to HBO Max. Um, the second part of the season is currently streaming, new episodes releasing on Thursdays. Series largely revolves around a team of teenage young adult superheroes, including Robin, Kid Flash, Miss Martian, and more. Quote, we felt it was time, after two seasons where the plot drove most of our choices, to get back to the core characters of our series and see where each one was in their lives, a decade after we first met them, unquote. Weisman previously said of where Young Justice Phantoms would take the characters. Quote, in terms of the order of the arcs, the decision there was a combination of the overarching plot of the season and a desire to mix things up so that no two arcs in a row felt too similar, unquote. Young Justice #1, which comes from Weisman and Jones with variant cover art by Megan Hetrick and Travis Mercer, releases on July 26th from DC Comics. All right, then. So there we go with that one. That was the last of our comics. Going through here. Guess it'd just be faster to do it like this. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Now we'll be getting into the anime portion of our coverage as we will cover some articles, anime related articles here. All right, starting with this one. Huh. One Piece, Digimon, anime and month-long hiatus due to hacking incident. Toei Animation confirms a return date for the One Piece anime following a hacking incident that delayed production on multiple series. Article by Michael Cerna, published 12 hours ago. And there's Monkey D. Luffy right there. The One Piece and Digimon Ghost Game anime have announced their return dates. The official Twitter account the One Piece confirmed that episode 1014, entitled Marco's Tears, the Bond of the Whitebeard Pirates, will air on April 17th. Let's see. So tomorrow's the 7th, 8th. So it'll be a week from this Sunday, I believe. Followed by the release of episode 1015, Straw Hat Luffy, the man who will become the Pirate King, on April 24th. Similarly, the official Twitter account for Digimon Ghost Game confirmed that the series will also resume broadcasting new episodes on April 17th. As well, the new releases will be the first episodes of each series to air since Toei Animation was affected by a hacking incident on March 6th, in which an unauthorized third party accessed the company's private network and caused a shutdown of the studio systems, resulting in several productions being hit with indefinite delays. Wow. Somebody hacked Toei. They hacked Toei! They hacked Toei! While it appears Toei Animation has mostly recovered from the hack, there is one very notable absence among the return announcements. Dragon Ball Super Superhero, the film, was originally scheduled to be released on April 22nd in Japan, with a North American premiere to follow sometime this summer. Goku and Friends' latest theatrical outing was indefinitely delayed following the incident. A new release date for the highly anticipated movie has yet to be announced. Production on Toei Animation's other big anime movie, One Piece film Red, appears to be going smoothly, as the studio has been releasing a steady stream of new information and art from the film in recent weeks. Most recently, the studio revealed full color art for Luffy, Nami, and Zoro's new costumes. The movie sees the Straw Hat Pirates traveling to a new island for a music festival for a new adventure that will focus on red haired Shanks, the pirate captain who inspired Luffy to follow in his footsteps, and a new, as yet unnamed, female character who appears to be a singer of some kind. The movie will be released in Japan on August 6th. Details about the film's international release have yet to be announced. Let's see. All right. We have a third person. Okay. Thank you for the like and the share. As I said, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. I do thank you guys for those who already liked and shared. Um, Continuing on here, Toei Animation was originally founded in 1948 and one of Japan's oldest and most well-known animation companies. The studio has worked on some of the most iconic anime series of all time, including Mazinger Z, Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, Sailor Moon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Despite working on some of the biggest anime series in history, the studio has had a strained relationship with fans in recent years and has been criticized for its heavy-handed approach to protecting its copyrights online. In 2021, the company kicked off a controversy about fair use policies when it used copyright strikes to remove hundreds of reviews of its shows off of YouTube. The incident caused YouTube to implement new policies to protect reviewers. All right, so there we go with that one. As we continue on with the articles here. Here's the next article we're going to look at here. Gundam Iron Blooded Orphan spinoff casts J-pop star in lead role. Actor and singer Rina Ikoma announces that she will play the lead role in the new Gundam Iron Blood Orphan spinoff, Urder Hunt. Article by Michael Sherna, published 10 hours ago. The newest entry in the Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphan series has found its lead. Actor and singer Rina Ikoma announced that she will play the role of Wistario Afam, the main character of the new spin-off story, Urder Hunt. Ikoma is best known internationally for being a former member of the popular Japanese pop group AKB48 and Nogizaka 46. Ikoma left Nogizaka 46 in 2018 to pursue an acting career, while Urder Hunt will be her first major starring role as a voice actor. She previously starred in live action adaptation of Corpse Party in 2015 and appeared in Kamen Rider Reiwa, a first generation, in 2019. Let's see. Actually, I think there's an actual anime called AKB48, which was actually based on the group. It's one of those idol type shows. Much can't even think of the show now. Idol Live or something like that. Anyways, Bandai released an animated trailer for the Iron Blooded Orphans spinoff on March 25th. Urder Hunt's story will be distributed through the Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphans G mobile app. While the original IBO anime focused on a group of child soldiers from Mars, the spin-off tells the story of Wistario Afam, an optimistic young boy from Venus, which has been transformed into a massive prison colony. Afam will pilot the ASW-G-35 Gundam Hydro Hajirobo mobile suit and shares many design elements with Mikazuki Angus's Gundam Barbatos from the original series. Urder Hunt's premiere in Japan will also be accompanied by the broadcast of a new quote-unquote special edition of the 2015 anime on Japanese TV. The new version of the show condenses its story from 50 episodes to just 9. But despite the truncated runtime, the show's producers are promising the addition of new quote-unquote animation cuts. The new release will also feature a new opening sequence, the theme song, quote unquote, Blaze, which is performed by the Japanese rock band Man with a Mission. International release for the new cut of the series has yet to be announced. Anyways, I got to step away from the computer for a moment, guys, because things are getting a little dark in here. Hey, Jason and Code 066 Gaming. What's your opinion on Dice Namikawa's affair? Don't really know too much about it, quite honestly. If goes train surfing. Don't pay as much attention to the Japanese scandal rags. Could tell you more about I could tell you about some of the stuff seen from the American side of it. But anyways, um, I've got to step away from the computer for a moment. I'll be right back. Alrighty then. So, anyways, we're getting back to the article here. Okay. Iron Blooded Orphans originally premiered in 2015 and is the 14th series in Bandai's long running Mobile Suit franchise. Yeah, the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise is well over like 40 years old. It started up back in 1979. The original Mobile Suit Gundam series was all the way back in 1979. So think about that. That's like 43 years pretty much. Set in a new continuity, the show tells the tragic story of a group of child soldiers who rebel against their former masters and establish a mercenary group known as Tekkadan. Urder Hunt is just one of several new Gundam releases planned for 2022. The latest movie in the series, Mobile Suit Gundam Kukuru's Bones Island, will be released on June 3rd. That particular movie is based on episode 15 of the original series that, for whatever reason, the original creator of the show had asked that it not be released outside of Japan for some reason. To this day, nobody still knows why that's the case. Followed by Gundam The Witch from Mercury, an all new anime series which will premiere next fall. So you're there. Mhm. Here's the next one we're going to look at, Spy Family. Spy Family is Japan's most anticipated anime series, or most anticipated new anime. The anime adaptation of Tatsuya Endo's award winning Spy Family tops a newly compiled ranking of Japan's most anticipated new shows. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 9 hours ago. I've seen some of the synopses on this. It does sound like a very interesting story here. A new poll named Spy Family. Yes, that X is silent, by the way. I understand it. Um, the most anticipated anime of the season. As reported by Crunchyroll, Japan's largest entertainment review site, Filmmarks, um, asked its readers to vote for their most anticipated new series of the spring 2022 season, which includes heavy hitters such as the second season of the popular isekai anime, The Rising of the Shield Hero, third season of the acclaimed romantic comedy series Kaguya-sama Love is War, and the new psychological thriller Summertime Rendering, which is being released internationally as the first Disney Plus exclusive anime series. These juggernauts were all bested by the new anime adaptation of Spy Family, which earned almost 5 times as many votes as the second place winner, Kaguya Sama. Shield Hero's second season rounded out the top three. The result shouldn't surprise anyone who has paid attention to the rise of Tatsuya Endo's critically lauded espionage comedy since the series launch in 2019 as an exclusive title for Shueisha's digital Shonen Jump Plus service. The manga has achieved a global circulation for over 12 million copies. Endo's lighthearted take on the spy genre has been a hit with critics as well, with praise being directed at this lovable cast of characters and impeccable sense of humor. The 2021 manga was nominated for an Eisner Award, but ultimately lost to Junji Ito's Remina. The anime has also garnered attention for its all-star cast crew. The new show is being produced as a collaboration between two of Japan's top animation studios, Wit Studio and Cloverworks. Wit is best known for producing the first 3 seasons of the Attack on Titan anime, as well as last season's critically acclaimed sleeper hit, Ranking of Kings. Cloverworks is the studio behind the breakout show of the winter season, My Dress Up Darling, which has been, I know a lot of people have been talking about that one as well. That one's been pretty solid. The show is being directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi, who previously worked on anime such as The Chevalier Dayon and Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Yeah, I've watched it. The Chevalier Dayon was pretty good. That was a pretty good, very interesting story. Kind of based, mix of supernatural with somewhat of a real world scenario there. All right. The show will star Takuya Eguchi as Lloyd Forger, aka Twilight, a spy who goes undercover as a family man in order to get closer to his next target. Eguchi previously starred in Haikyuu and My Love Story. He is joined by Kakegurui star Saori Hayami, who will voice Yor, Lloyd's new wife, who lives a double life of her own as the world's deadliest assassin. So get that. You got a husband and wife. You got, I guess, that basically be like pairing James Bond up with it'd be like pairing James Bond up with somebody like Lady Shiva from DC Comics. That would be quite interesting. Mob Psycho 100's Atsumi Tamazaki rounds out the cast as Anya Forger, Lloyd and Yor's adopted daughter, who was secretly an escaped government experiment with psychic powers. So get this. So you got James Bond, you got Lady Shiva from DC Comics, and then you got Ace from from the DCAU's Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoons. That's pretty much what you got right there. Ah, hey, Earth's Best Entertainment. Hey guys, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. As we're talking anime right now. Do we continue to go on here? All right, so the Spy Family anime will premiere its simulcast on Crunchyroll on April 9th, which will be this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And those original manga is available in English on Viz Media. Alrighty, then. So there we go with that one. Alrighty, then. Two more articles to read through, and then we'll do for the wrestling roundup and the analysis. All right, Golden Kamui announces release date for manga's final chapter. Shueisha announces the release dates for the final three chapters of Satoru Noda's award-winning historical adventure series, Golden Kamui. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 6 hours ago. Golden Kamui will conclude before the end of April. As reported by Anime News Network, publisher Shueisha announced that the 312th chapter of the critically acclaimed historical manga will be published on April 14th, followed by chapter 313 on April 21st, and the series grand finale, chapter 314, on April 28th. So that's over the last 3 weeks, last 3 Thursdays here of, so basically 312 is coming out a week from tomorrow. 313 is 2 weeks from tomorrow, and 314 3 weeks from tomorrow. That's basically what it comes down to. The final collected volumes will also be compiled before the end of summer, with volume 29 releasing in Japan April 19th, which will be 2 days before. So that'll be Tuesday. So let's see. That'll be 15 days from now, I believe. Let's see. No, 13 days from now. So a little under 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from yesterday. Followed by volume 30 on June 17th and the 31st and final volume dropping July 19th. English release dates for these volumes have yet to be announced. The series began publication of its final story arc last July. The arc began after series creator Satoru Noda went on a month-long hiatus to do research and planning work on the manga's finale. Golden Kamui is set in the early 1900s and incorporates many real-life historical figures events into its story. The series has been lauded for historical accuracy and for its representation of the Ainu people who are an indigenous population from Japan's northern regions. So that sounds like it's going to be it sounds like a good story, good story anime to check out. The manga won the prestigious Manga Taisho Award in 2015 and was nominated for an Eisner Award in 2018. Golden Kamui tells the story of Saichi Sugimoto, a veteran of one of the bloodiest battles in the Russo-Japanese War, who is searching through Japan's northern island of Hokkaido for a fabled treasure trove of gold hidden by the Ainu. Sugimoto teams up with a young girl, Asurpa, who is seeking to avenge the death of her father, who is one of the Ainu miners that originally discovered the gold. The two travel throughout Hokkaido, unraveling the clues about the treasure's location while fighting other fortune hunters who want to steal the gold from themselves. The series was first adapted into an anime by Keno Studios, which was one of the anime production companies that was chosen by Lucasfilm to contribute to 2021 Star Wars Visions anime anthology. The anime adaptation was similarly well received and ran for 2 seasons in 2018. A third season was broadcast in 2020. The series will return for a fourth season this fall. Production on the fourth season is being moved over to Brains Base, the animation studio behind the anime adaptations of Assassination Classroom and To Your Eternity. Yeah, let me see. No, okay, never mind. I'm thinking B Train. Anyways, which is also scheduled to premiere a new season next fall. The Golden Kamui manga is localized and distributed in English by Viz Media. The first 3 seasons of the anime are available for streaming on Crunchyroll. All right, then. So now we're going to get to the last article we're going to read tonight, and then, as I said, again we will have the AEW roundup, kind of at least telling you guys what's going on AEW Dynamite tonight, and then probably start to wrap things up from there. Anyway, so we're at hour 20, so we'll good on time here, I believe. All right, so here's the last article we're going to go through here. These literary classics prove that isekai isn't only a Japanese thing. Now, isekai, just in case you guys don't know what isekai is, isekai is a type of anime. It's kind of a fantasy, kind of the idea. It's a fantasy anime about the idea of going from one world to another. Something like, I think some of the current ones that are include the time I got reincarnated as slime is one of them. Let's see, from classic ones include the Vision of Escalafone is one that would probably be considered isekai. Let's see. We did say the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Let's see, Restaurant to Another World is another one of those. So, anyways, let's see. Tales of jumping between worlds may be associated with anime and Japanese light novels today, but these books shine a light on the trope's origins. Article by Chris Nishijima, published 4 hours ago. There's no denying that isekai as a genre has only developed as far as it has thanks to its wide success in Japanese pop fiction. After all, the vast majority of works that utilize storylines wherein a protagonist is swept away to a new land um, come from, let's see, oh yeah, quote, another one that's like that as well. Um, Fushi Yogi, I think, another one as well. Let's see, swept away to a new land come from light novels anime. Nevertheless, while many critics of the device dismiss it as otaku power fantasies, they often fail to recognize that the idea was inspired by various works of Western literature, demonstrating the origins of this fantasy subgroup is a collection of English isekai stories that have stood the test of time and proven their influence on the modern state of their Japanese successors. Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up. That one's a classic we all know and love, right? With its emphasis on the idyllic and carefree nature of childhood, Peter Pan creates an entire world around the idea of playing pretend. J.M. Barrie crafted one of the most iconic isekai of Western literature, filled with mermaids, feral children, and pirates, to be visited by Wendy Darling and her brothers, John and Michael. Although its plot may serve as a coming of age story, driving home the importance of growing up at some point in time, its legacy has solidified it as an image of escapism. It is true. It is very much true. Person makes some very. In essence, the dreamlike atmosphere of this tale is not unlike the wish fulfillment distractions that fill modern isekai anime, just as series like The Rising of the Shield Hero and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime base their realities on the hallmarks and mechanics of fantasy roleplay games. The logic and denizens of Neverland are ruled by a kind of childlike fantasy. Both function similarly for their fans, providing a welcome reprieve the harsh realities of society. Chris is really doing a good job in his description here. Chronicles of Narnia, the Land of the Green Lion. The Great Lion, rather. Oh, look at that. Originating with the classic novel The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia is another beloved isekai series from the British Isles, and it does have a lot of Christian undertones in it. Um, you could argue that it's a Christian isekai story, believe it or not. C.S. Lewis is a pretty well known Christian writer. Following the friends and members of the Pevensie family, each entry transports a group of adolescents to the magical realm of Narnia to thwart some malicious threat. The world is inhabited by numerous fantastical races like centaurs and nymphs, along with humans and talking animals, the greatest of which is the great lion Aslan, true ruler of all. Even though the various child protagonists of the series ended up in Narnia through accidental circumstances, the books imply that Narnia um, called each of them specifically because they could help in its hour of need. In a way, this could be seen as an early precursor to anime like The Rising of the Shield Hero or how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom, wherein heroes are summoned to save the world from a looming evil. Outbreak Company, I think, is another example of a isekai anime. Well, that's an anime though. Indeed, with its sprawling geography and interconnected political workings, Narnia has all the key components of a thoroughly developed high fantasy isekai. The Wizard of Oz, follow the yellow brick road. One of the first American isekai to enjoy critical acclaim and wide publication, L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is one of history's most important pieces of fiction. Yep. Dorothy Gale's journey through Oz spawned a myriad of iconic characters that inspired countless adaptations and retellings. In addition, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and the Scarecrow. In addition to acting as a muse for many later works, the movie version marked a massive change in the film and television industry. Sure, we've all seen the classic Wonderful Wizard of Oz at some point in our lifetime. Although later books in the series would prolong the escapades of Dorothy and her acquaintances, the original novel was largely focused on the idea of her just trying to get back to her own world. The treatment of the fantasy adventure as secondary to the goal of returning home is something many old school isekai implemented, such as Digimon Adventure, The Vision of Esclafone, and Fushigi Yugi. That's the one I was talking about earlier, along with 12 Kingdoms. Still, just as the Oz books eventually had Dorothy permanently relocate to Oz, today's isekai tend to leave their protagonist in another world indefinitely, either through reincarnation or by simply stranding them there with no means of return. Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad here. Hey Lorenzo. check out the Slistakian Variety Show tomorrow, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Yep. As we continue on here, Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad here. Perhaps the most famous example of otherworldly travel fiction is Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, as well as its sequel, Through the Looking Glass. This piece of British literature is often considered the first work to ever formally use displacement in a parallel world as its central premise. And of course, we all know about Disney's animated version of it as well. Um, as such, its introduction of the idea makes it the common ancestor of all isekai. Yeah, because I think Alice in Wonderland came out back in the late 1800s, early. I think it came out during the Victorian period. So, due to its surreal aesthetic, Alice in Wonderland may not have much in common thematically with the more plot based stories that came after it. However, its influence on countless anime is impossible to ignore. This can be seen in its isekai titles such as Magic Knight Rayearth with its white rabbit like Mokina, and Inuyasha, where its protagonist literally falls down a hole to another world. Yeah, Inuyasha is another, you could argue, is another isekai. Um, Even the gritty death game isekai Alice in Borderland borrows from the playing card symbolism, um, showing just how deep love for Carol's masterpiece runs among isekai writers. Oh, there we go. So that's all of the articles we're going to cover tonight. Let's see, we're just past the hour and a half mark, so we actually made some good time here tonight. Um, with that, let me get to one. Let me get to one last piece of um, news here. So tonight on tonight's AEW Dynamite, um, you have a couple of big tag team matches going on as FTR, who recently won the Ring of Honor this past Friday, won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions from them boys, the Briscoe brothers. Got challenged for the ROH and AAA tag team titles by the Young Bucks to be happening tonight on to be happening tonight on Dynamite. Also, in another big tag team match, the Hardy Boys are taking on the Blade and the Butcher from AFO, from Andre Family Offices, in a tag team tables match. So that should be pretty exciting. Also, you have more qualifying matches in the both the women's and men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, as the second match in the women's tournament, second qualifying match for the women's tournament is happening as former AEW women's champion Hikaru Shida takes on Julia Hart, no relation to Owen or any of the Hart family, and in the first men's qualifier, Samoa Joe, who who made a surprise appearance at Ring of Honor's um, Super Card of Honor 15 last Friday, and has since confirmed his signing with AEW. Will have his first match in AEW tonight, taking on um, Acclaim's Platinum Max Caster in a qualifying match for the men's division of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Um, Also, you'll have Christian Cage taking on Adam Cole. Adam Cole and his two buddies, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, have been making some waves, stealing the AEW heavyweight and AEW tag team champion from the respective champions of Hangman Adam Page and the Jurassic Express of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So that's all that's going on tonight on AEW. Probably will have the results of that tomorrow. Excuse me a moment, as Chloe seems to be barking. I'll be right back. I'll let you guys enjoy some music here while I go take care of her. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, everybody. 'Cause I think I just went over the AEW news already. Um, with that, it looks like we are having a bit of a slow night. So, um, and this is a good time to start winding down a bit here, unless there's anything you guys want to ask me about or comment on in terms of what we talked about tonight. Guess I'll give you guys a few moments here. You guys want to say anything more about? You guys want to say anything about anything I covered tonight, or ask any questions? That'd be a good time to do so. Give you guys a moment here. La-dee-dee, da-dee-da, la-dee-dee, da-dee-da, la-dee-dee, da-dee-da, la-dee-dee, da-dee-da. Well, it would appear nobody has anything more to say, so I guess we'll start to wrap things up a bit here. As today being Wednesday, April the 6th, 2022, let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in Nietzsche's history. History! Here. All right, so not any further. Let's look back at this day in Nietzsche's history. So, first off, I'd like to wish a happy 75th birthday to um, John Ratzenberger, the actor, voice actor, and filmmaker. Of course, live action wise, is known for his portrayal of Mailman Cliff Cleveland from the Cheers comedy back in the 80s. But he also became synonymous for his voice work in a number of Pixar feature films, including being voicing Ham in Toy Story, Model Snowman in Monsters Inc., uh, Mac in Cars, and the Underminer in the Incredibles. So happy 75th birthday to John Ratzenberger, uh, man who voiced many characters for Pixar, as well as most people probably remember him his live action work as Mailman Cliff David. Happy 75th there. Then now move on to the next piece of Nietzsche history here. As on this date, 25 years ago today, WCW held its Spring Stampede event at the Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi. The night saw in the main event, it saw Diamond Dallas Page defeat Macho Man Randy Savage in a no DQ match. Lex Luger um, became the number one contender in a four corners match that also involved the Giant, aka Paul White. Paul White currently the commentator for AEW Dark uh, Elevation. Booker T and Stevie Ray. The match retained for the WCW World Tag Team Championships in a singles match against Rick Steiner. Dean Malenko retained the WCW United States Championship over Chris Benoit. Actually, no, he retained it, but it was a no contest. They fought for no contest. Um, Prince Ikea retained the WCW Television Champion over Lord Steven Regal, aka William Regal in AEW right now, and Akira Hokuto retained the WCW Women's Champion over Medusa Michelli, who right now Medusa, of course, is one of the producers for NWA for NWA Power and USA. The night opened up with Rey Mysterio Jr. defeating the Ultimate Dragon, and then you also saw Public Enemy defeat Jeff Jarrett and Steve Michael in a tag match. On this date, 25 years ago today, from the Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi, WCW um, held it um, Spring, Spring Stampede. Okay, so moving on then to the next piece of news history here. On this date in 2011, which was 11 years ago, on this date 11 years ago, the uh, fifth the fifth annual of Superman Batman title went on sale on this date in 2011. The fifth issue of the fifth annual of the Superman Batman title went on sale on this date for $4.99. It was 6 pages. The story was titled "No Exit," written by James Robinson, art by Miguel Sepulveda. John J. Hill did the lettering, with Jose Villarruba doing the coloring. So there we go with that. And finally, one last piece of neat history to go through here. Anime, anime history here. As on this date in 2012, 10 years ago today, Sunrise produced anime Natsuro Kiseki, translated as a summer colored miracle, premiered on Japanese television on this date 10 years ago today on MBS, as it were. Um, so the Sunrise produced anime Natsuro Kiseki, um, premiered on this date in 2012, 10 years ago today. So there you go. So there we have it, folks. Um, here we go. And I thank everybody for being here tonight. I know some people stopped in shortly, but I hope you all enjoyed the content. Don't forget, of course, Fridays are weekly look back at comic history. That girl should be with me. We'll be looking at comics that went on sale in December 1938, Centaur comic. And we will have more news tomorrow night. So until then, bye.